Everybody, welcome to Friday's stream. Yes, that is right. We are doing some more Shot Rivals VTT
Yes,
alpha testing.
indeed.
All right, so today we have three main goals. We need to establish action economy. We need to validate, because I think we have some questions about distances in terms of attacks.
Yes.
So action economy, attack distances,
ranges, yes,
and overall map size.
Yes.
That's it. Those are my three main priorities.
I'll say for me, like one of the biggest things that's gonna help me understand whether the map size is gonna be what it's gonna be is gonna be like how long it takes to finish a game. Like,
yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's what we want to kind of like go step by step. So unlike last time or unlike last week, where we definitely try to do a round by, or I try to run a round by round game.
Sure.
Today we're just going to kind of like jump forward.
Game theory.
Yeah, we're really going to game theorize this.
Got it.
So let's go into well, okay, so let's bring up the map. We'll start with the map. Once I get that going.
What system were you running that on?
So right now I'm using Dungeon Fog, which is what I built the map on. Whether or not that's what we continue using, I don't know.
Sure.
I just realized that I forgot to grab your light because it's being used for Dice Profiler right now.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, whatever, it's fine.
I can easily what if I just do this though? I can just go boom and brighten you up that way.
Boom.
Oh,
hey, there he is.
All right, so let me just do all of this real quick. All right, so we'll talk about let's talk about distances first and general oversized movement, and then we'll finish up with action economy, because again, that'll just kind of that's just really just grouping things together. But since we're on the map first, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
So looking at the map here, you kind of got the gist earlier about what was happening. We definitely did quite a bit of back and forth. You can see this was like mid battle here.
Right.
So let's look at general distancing, right?
Is that well-looking things at the halfway point?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the halfway point. The green is the cart. So everyone got pushed off the cart at this point.
Okay.
Blue took over and pushed everyone back. So now they're all coming back to the point, which is what this was kind of.
Got you.
So let's talk about that, right? Let's kind of like do a snapshot of this game and see what would happen. Right now, red's off the point, and blue's basically guarding it. And it looks like we have someone, right in the midst of red. They kind of jumped into the fray, hoping to take, another pair out. Probably Wolverine. I think Wolverine was in that battle.
Okay.
So it's probably Wolverine jumping in for another just like I just want to shred them apart.
Sure.
Wolverine just ulted. That's right. We wanted to look at kind of an ult. So Wolverine jumped in to do an ult.
Oh, okay.
To see if he could push them back again.
Let me actually look at what Wolverine's ult looks like.
That's right. That's why Wolverine is there. So let's talk about that, right? Let's look at, because it was previously we were looking at Moon Knight, Loki, and Groot versus Jeff, Wolverine, and Luna Snow. So Wolverine was about to ruin all of their days, but let's talk about let's say right now where they're not at the halfway point, right? So red would still be spawning down at the bottom, blue would be starting at the top. Let's say that for whatever reason Wolverine failed and Wolverine was sent back.
Okay.
Right? So Wolverine gets sent back for not the next round or like the end of the next round, start of the next round, whatever we want to call that, right? We haven't learned what the appropriate respawn rate is.
Okay.
Because I don't know if they should be out for an entire round or just they're done for this round. And then
they come back at the start of the next round. They will re-roll initiative or something like that,
or they'll just pop into their spawn and they just have to start there. Because even still, it takes some time. So let's just say that, right? So in this round, Wolverine's taken down, right? So let's say Wolverine's taken down. They move forward, and we'll say that these two are pushed back, right? So they're trying to hold the point. The point can't go any further back because these are the benchmarks, right? So
right.
Blue's in control, but they can't
hit that checkpoint.
Yeah, the cart can't go back any further. So at the start of this round, let's talk about like distance. How does this feel? Because this map is 40 by 40.
Okay.
Each hex is roughly 5 feet. So if we were talking about Wolverine restarting, they get to choose, which starting hole they're in. So they would probably want to start at this one. Like, makes the most sense that they would want to start at the closest one to everybody. So for Wolverine, we'll just take a look at Wolverine. Wolverine's speed is 7, but they have 2 abilities, a secondary and an alternative. So I think both of those are going to be secondary abilities.
Sure.
But both of those can allow for a 15-foot leap. Now, based on the action economy that we're talking about, you can either do 1 primary, 1 secondary, or 2 secondaries.
Okay.
And both of those would be considered secondary attacks.
Okay.
So this is where things get fun when you're talking about a round-based system.
Sure.
Because normally in-game, those would not be very effective for movement. But when you're stuck at certain movement in a specific round, those could be. So we talk about 7 squares, right? So he starts here. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
So normally he would still be at least, 2 more rounds?
Mm-hmm.
But he can use 2 secondary abilities.
So
each which has a 15-foot leap.
These guys don't have anything like the dash ability.
No.
Okay.
That's where their special abilities come from.
Gotcha.
If he were to use the secondaries, he can go 1, 2, 3 on one ability and 1, 2, 3 on another ability. Now, granted, both of those are on cooldown now
for 2 more turns,
for 2 rounds and 3 rounds.
Right.
But look where he is now. He's right. He is literally on his next turn. He will be at that halfway point. So if
real quick, from where he's at, can he get there in his normal movement?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he could literally stand at center point. So next round, he will be in prime position to at least if red. So again, you have to kind of think of like you only know what happened last round. Mm-hmm. So in his mindset, if he's like, if I can get to center point, I would be able to stop if red takes over my team because red is obviously 3-1 or 3-2, right? So that would be the thing. This thing isn't going to move. So this top of the round, this thing didn't move because blue is on it and they've moved it back to the center point, right? Sure. So that would be round 1. Then our characters would move in, right? So then these characters would probably, like these two, they know that they're just going to attack him. Mm-hmm. So let's say he's just out, just done. He knows, right? And then they try to move up on it. This character wants to try and stop it. And then this one comes up here, and then there's an altercation.
Sure.
But by the 4th round, because he's holding it down, it doesn't move again.
Yes.
So.
And it's still under, theoretically, the blue's control.
Yes. So that could be a whole nother round, right? So then we get back. So this person, again, we'll call this one Luna Snow because of the color. Sure. She has a movement speed of 8. Again, two speedies. So she's going to automatically, I'm thinking of like when you know you're in spawn, the first thing you're going to move. Mm-hmm. You know you're going to be first in initiative because all you're doing is leaving spawn.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, anybody who's in spawn, you should be first in initiative because what are you doing?
Sure.
Why are you even thinking?
You're doing nothing else but moving, and you're just figuring out how many abilities am I going to use to do that.
And the moment that you died, you knew the only thing I need to think of is where on the map am I going?
Yeah.
So in my opinion, like the first person that should always be moving out is the person in here because you should have known immediately. So Luna would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then no other lunges.
Yeah, I don't think she does have anything else that increases her movement other than her just being the fastest because she's got those freaking ice skates.
So she would be there, and then he would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's essentially going to hold down the midpoint, or he's going to try to. But he has no more abilities, right? So in 2 rounds, he's not back in the action, but he's right there ready to be strategic. Now,
and any ranged person would be.
And if this person knew what to do, they could have been smart, again, been like, okay, I saw what just happened. Everyone just moved up on me. I barely survived. Wolverine's about to move up, and Luna Snow's going to be behind him. I would just have been like, okay, so our next person here is Jeff. Jeff has 6 feet of movement, but he can hide and seek. And while his movement's 9, he can't make attacks. He heals 25 per round. So if Jeff's been damaged, Jeff's going to pop into the ground, make it harder for him to hit, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or he might just go here. He might even go over here. Hell, he might even climb up here, because this would be perfect, right? He would actually go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But now he's raised, right? He's in raised prep.
Elevated.
He's in elevation. He could then pop out and then be ready to drop his, he could have even dropped his healing orbs all right here. So he could have moved and went drop, drop, drop for Wolverine.
Now,
or slow for the enemy.
Here's the deal, though. Are you allowing him to drop those things while he's underground with his increased movement speed?
No, but once he pops back up here, he could shoot them at a certain distance. So
Fair.
Right now, he can pop back up and do like 2 drops and be ready to heal Wolverine in the very next round.
Sure.
So he's in a position. Now, granted, all of them would have come here. Now, granted, so that would have been, it wouldn't have moved in the first round, but by round 4, only one of them or 2 of them were on it by round 4. So it would have moved.
Well, so that's the other question. Are we saying that it would have immediately moved? Or
no.
Do they have to take...
So when this round started, Blue was on it.
Yes.
But by round 3, by the third initiative, Blue moved off.
Yes.
So on initiative 4, Red was on it. Therefore, It will move because Red's in control.
Oh, so that happens immediately. It's not like a round to...
I think, I see, we haven't talked about that either. Whether or not it's going to take time to activate it. And I don't know, because when I did the testing, when you first start here, the first person can touch it, but they can't touch it on round 1. But if they get on it, if at least 2 people get on it within the 4th initiative, it can only move so far. So it feels better than having them. Now, granted, we might say that waiting around feels better.
You know how we were talking about if all 3 people are on it, like it moves at different intervals?
Yeah.
Right?
That's the point.
So imagine like those intervals are like, if somebody's off it before that interval happens and only your people are on it, by the next interval, it'll move. In the one turn. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it just takes an interval for someone to be off of it while you guys are in control. So that way it's not like a full round or anything.
Because even in the game, there's really no like, once someone's off it starts to move, right? Like once like
so a lot of the times you're sitting there and having to, if they started to take it, you have to sit on it in order to get it to go back around, and then you can take it.
Okay. So that might have to be one of those things where, again, that one might have to be actual in-play testing just to see how long it takes, because that's the harder thing, is whether or not we want more time versus because of how long, because like you said, how long is it already going to take to go around? Is it better that everything is just super dynamic? The cart can move 3 times around, and whoever's in control of it during one of those times it moves, or does it take one of those to activate your team?
Yeah.
I think that's going to have to come down to how does it feel like, when it's in that push and pull state, when people are getting on the point, getting off the point, getting on the point, getting off the point. Does it feel like, because my biggest concern, I think, is during a whole round, if all of these different initiatives, people are getting off, dying, getting back on it, and all of that, and it just doesn't move for 2 or 3 rounds, versus moves 10 feet, moves 10 feet, moves 20 feet, moves 10 feet, moves 20 feet, moves 10.
Yeah.
Like, does it feel better that in every round you gain some movement? Or
I feel that.
You get big, because especially if you have 2 good teams and we're in the middle right here, like if we're talking about being in the middle of the map and you have both teams constantly like staggering onto the point, you could have it to where 5 rounds goes by and no one's been on it long enough to cap it. But if all you have to do is be on it during one of those intervals, at least there's activity going on. So maybe that sounds like a beta test. That sounds like a play test. Okay. Because we might just have to do it one of those things where we have it as a variable.
I do agree.
I set it,
feeling it out and seeing what it feels like to move one way versus the other way. Like it could feel like super clean one way, and like we don't even need to look at the other one because like that's just feels right. Or we play both of them. We see, okay, pros, cons, whatever. I feel
more I think about it though, because again, I'm really trying to think about like the starting here. If you have nothing happens on round 1, at least 2 people get on it by round 4, and then the third person gets on it by the 3rd round, it would only move that 1 time versus my original plan was it would move at least twice. But even by moving twice, you'd be nearly halfway to the checkpoint long before blue team even got a chance to touch it. So maybe the idea of skipping just 1 activation. So if you've taken it over, you have to go through at least 1 of the 3 intervals.
Yeah.
And whether that's at the end of the round or not, doesn't matter.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. I that may be the cleaner way to do it because I don't want to wait a whole round to activate it, but not getting it immediately may be the right way to go.
Okay.
Okay. We'll have to think about that. Going back to where were we? Okay, so yes. So in that particular case, blue would have gotten off of it. So nothing would have happened in round 1. Orange is now in control of it at initiative 4. So nothing happens because now they've officially activated it, which means that Jeff would have moved off. They would have moved on to it. He could have moved on, I guess, to cap it. So then, yeah. So now we're talking about now at the final end of, so all blue team's gone, all red team's gone. At that point, end of the round, red's capped it. It would now move with all 3 of them on it. It would move its full distance, which would be, we're talking about, 5 or one square per person on it. Or no, 10. We're doing 10.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, wait, hold on. Because we had, because the whole point was, okay, no, it was supposed to be one square per person on it. So it would at this point move.
So 15 feet max.
2, 3. Yeah, because look, at that point, that moved 3. It's already halfway, like almost halfway through it, right?
Sure.
But if you think about if you had really been in control of it, that could have been 15, 30, 45 feet. That's a lot. That's a lot of movement. That's more than enough to get to each.
So 5 feet per person. Yeah.
And I think that's per movement stage. So first, fourth, and last initiative moves that amount. So it's not 15 for the round; it's 15 for each
movement stage.
Yes.
So
it's a total of 45 per round. So again, if you're fully in control of it, each stage and you aren't being contested, you can ride the thing. But that's why it's 200 feet long, because if you are in control of it that long, the blue team would need time to really like refocus on how are we going to get you off of it. If you're tanking it, with Hulk and Groot, and maybe that's another thing that we have to figure out in beta testing is maybe we have to set limits. Maybe only 2 of a certain class, or maybe we have to set it as it has to be a full mix. Maybe the meta has to be one of each. At least if it's if it's 3v3, maybe it has to be one of each.
Interesting.
Because if it's all 3, if you have 3 tanks, what if it just gets to that point to where if you choose 3 tanks and you don't pick the exact right attackers, they'll just own it?
I would be interested to see if 3 tanks versus 3 DPS, if the tanks would hold out over that.
I definitely think that we have to have a rule. No, you can't have the same person on the same team. Like,
for sure.
Can't. But I mean, I wouldn't even mind having it to where, what if you had a selection where you had like a bidding process to where, I don't know, like each team got to pick a character, but there's only one character per game. So like it's a draft where like there's a coin flip, one team chooses and that team goes first, and you get to pick like, who are you picking first? Vanguard? Okay, what's your Vanguard? You pick Groot? All right. Next team, what are you picking? You're picking also Vanguard? All right, Groot, you can't choose Groot. So it's one of those things where it's like if you win the coin toss,
it's like the thing gets eliminated every.
So I'm thinking that there's a lot of fun ways that we could help balance out the game.
Interesting.
But okay, so that's how much that would move there, right? So you would immediately have Luna again moving, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She was 8 or 9.
8. 8.
Yeah. So boom, she's there. But here's the issue with the distance, right? So Luna main attack has a distance of 30. That would be able to go 5, 10, 15, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She'd only be able to hit one of
the 3 people on the cart.
That doesn't feel right.
Agreed.
But
agreed.
That's 30.
What does 60 look like?
So okay, so here. So let me do this. Let me go. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's her 30. Let's go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So like that's her 30, 5, 10. Yeah, right there. That would be her going to there is kind of like her 30.
Okay.
Her 30 zone. So 35, 40, 45. This would essentially be like her 45. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 40. Yeah. So the purple is her 45.
Okay.
And then we'd be able to do, let's say, green. Actually, wait a second.
What up, Soul? Welcome.
That's more of their 45. The red. And then we'll go green. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Welcome, not Thaf. Much appreciated.
So this is like so the yellow is their 60 range.
That's the 60.
So that's what we're talking about in terms of like what base range should feel like
60
from here.
easy. Like looking at this map and seeing those on there, I'd say 60 is easy a base range for pretty much every character.
Yeah, because you don't know how like how do you want to balance that out, right? Like how do you want to make it to where how easy should it be to damage everybody, because you want to represent. I mean, Marvel Rivals right now, especially at this early stage, is very hit scanny, right? Everyone can hit from so far away. But the type of game it is, you also kind of need that extra leg up because of how dynamic the maps are and how dynamic the gameplay is. So is having that level of hit scanniness going to feel good in a turn-based system?
Right.
That's the hardest decision to make. And so that's where I'm like, looking at this, I 100% agree. Like looking at where Luna is right now, so we have Luna right here. And if this is the point, this is as far as she could move one further than the point right now if she had her full movement.
Right.
That's definitely not where she needs to be firing, right? We definitely need her firing way further. Now, the red definitely feels a lot better. I will say the red for sure feels much more comfortable.
Yes.
But I'm now starting to wonder if some characters maybe will have to tweak that, because maybe some characters should have the base of 45. And we kind of have to make our own decision on which characters should get it. Because looking at the list of what we have here, let's look at our builds, right?
Did you stop playing before Emma Frost came out?
No, I played a little bit. No, I played with Emma.
So the range of Emma's beam, do you think that feels like 30 feet with what you're talking about?
Let's see what I have it right now. Where's Emma?
Oh, that's very fair.
Emma Frost. You're talking about her, which one?
Her main attack. Her basic.
Her telepathic pulse?
Yeah.
I have it as a range of 20.
20. Okay. So the standard 30, you have it shorter than that. So I would say with this adjustment,
that would be 30 if the adjustment was 45. If the base was 45, because let's look at some other people that are.
See, I thought the base we were talking about was 30.
Well, right now it's 30. Base is now 30. So I'm saying that if we increase base to 35 or to 45, then Emma Frost's minimum would be 30.
Right.
So she would go up to that. Looking at this map, if this was Emma Frost is doing her pulse, that would be a good distance for her pulse. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want her to be able to go much further than how far she could run.
Yeah, I feel that. So
if 45, because now let's look at some of the other.
Putting it that way, her not being able to shoot much further than she could run, that feels right. Feels right.
So if we're looking at like Moon Knight, right? His crescent dart, we're 60, right? Like he should be one of the people who his minimum is 60. He doesn't feel like the minimum distance kind of character.
You're talking about Moon Knight?
Moon Knight. He feels like beyond minimum, right? So he would go up to like 45, and then we'll talk about like their other, because his Onk is now like 90. Like right now we had it at, again, 30. The distance he can throw his Onk should be now like 90.
Oh, well.
Or 60 at least.
Well, his it can't be further than whatever his base range is.
Oh, okay, so that would still be 45 then.
Yeah, at least because like if you're throwing it much further past that, then like you can't hit it.
His Moonblade can go further, so I think that should be 60, and that's what I have it now.
Oh, interesting.
So I think his Moonblade, because that's
actually I like that being able to go further.
Okay, so that would only go to 60. Avatar it's still at 90, so I think those are all fine. So yeah, let's go through these. So Human Torch, his standard range we said is 45, but because he's a flyer, I'm now thinking 60. His kind of range should be 60, his minimum.
I agree.
So that may okay. So I think 45, 60 is the two splits between the minimums of the standard attacks. There's some, like 45, 60 is the minimums.
I feel
and
that.
Then we're doing like 190 for the snipers, and that's
190
or 120 for the snipers, and then that leaves us 90 and like 30 for things like Emma Frost's tiny one, and then maybe some specialty ones that should go further, but not quite. Like we could even say Hawkeye's 90 because while he's a sniper, he's not like hit scan sniper.
He's definitely not hit scan sniper.
So we can call him 92 because again, what we can't adjust for that outside of how it's going to calculate. So the way we can calculate him not being a hit scan is anything past 90.
I will say
is kind of outside of that.
I do think specifically because she's the only character with freaking zoom. Literally, you can zoom in on your target with freaking Black Widow. Like nobody else, not even Hawkeye.
We can just call her line of sight. Just she doesn't have a distance because I mean, 200.
I like 120 for her, but like,
okay, so she's 120.
Who else would be 120?
Hella.
You think? I would say
because if you can see, because in my experience, if you can see them and your crosshairs on them, Hella touches.
That's true.
Like she is if you can see the pixel, because she is the epitome of hit scan in that game. So I would say if we're gonna say 120, Hella and Black Widow, and honestly, what we can do is we can do our own calculations. Maybe Hella and Black Widow have that distance, but we can even give Hella a -2 to her attack roll when shooting past 90.
Okay.
We can give Hawkeye 120 at disadvantage.
I like these.
Because this is how we mechanically adjust for the difficulty of play. Because this is what I keep talking about is when you're trying to adjust these things into a VTT, into a turn-based system, the only way to really represent people's skill levels, right? Because if you're thinking about my skill level with a keyboard and mouse and my DPI settings and how fast my mouse can move and how quickly, and how fast my FPS is. All of those things can't really be represented on a turn-based system. But what we can represent is what are the ways that make those characters more difficult to use. Hawkeye is great, but the further they are away, because he's not hit scan, the more you have to lead the shot. Which means that if you're going to go past 90, you are going to have disadvantage because that's your representation of you needing to guess, are you leading them and tracking them the correct way? Whereas with Hella, because all you have to do is see the pixels, that -2 is just lining up the pixel to your pixel. Yeah. That's different than leading a moving target, right?
Yeah.
Hella doesn't have to lead her target. Hella just has to line up 2 pixels. So in my opinion, a -2 is the difference between I can line up 2. In my opinion, I think anyone can line up 2 pixels much better than they can lead a target at a certain distance continuously.
Sure.
And that's how I would judge why Hawkeye at 120 is more difficult than Hella at 120, but both are more difficult than
Black Widow
at 120 because like you said, she just zooms in and it's like shooting anybody.
It's like shooting somebody at a much closer distance. Like
yes,
truly.
Yes.
So it's so wild.
Okay, perfect. So Human Torch is 60, Blazing Blast. I still think 90 is a good range for most other standard abilities. Like his Blazing Blast. I still think is 90. His Flaming Meteor, I think we can definitely move up to 45, 60.
I will say
at least 45.
60 sounds good.
Okay. That's his main attack range. It's still fine. Same distance as his main attack. Okay, perfect. Okay. Supernova, I think needs to go up to 60 feet away.
Yeah. What was it before?
45.
Oh, okay. What's the other thing? His secondary thing, the thing that stays on the ground.
Well, he had the Blazing Blast, which makes the Pyro Prison. Then there's the Pyro Prison, and then there's the Flaming Meteor, which is when he just dives down.
What did we say the range of the Blazing Blast was?
90, he can put them at 90 feet out.
I think that should be the same as his ult.
90 feet?
Cool. 90 feet.
Okay, both of which are better than his Fire Cluster, which is his main shot.
Yes.
Totally makes sense.
Yes.
All right, so Groot Vine Strike is at 20. I don't think his Vine Strike is any longer than Emma Frost's Beam. Do you think they're equal, or
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
it's
They're about
shorter?
the same.
Okay, so equal. Okay, so we'll put him at 30. So now so again, going back to the map, if this were Groot, this is how far his Vine Whip would hit. I think that's fine.
100%.
I think that's about the same distance that he can run. His Spore Bomb, I think 45. That should definitely go further because you can usually lob it.
It was 45, is what you're saying?
No, it is 30. I think it needs to go up to 45 because you can kind of lob that thing pretty decently. In game, you can go way further than your Vine Whip.
I'm balancing between 45 and 60. I feel like 45 is right, though.
I think 60 is too far, especially for Vanguard, because we really want to, again, you want to represent their style of play. He's very centralized.
Can I see the map again real quick?
Yeah. So for his Spore or for Groot, this would be his Vine Whip. I'm thinking his Spore should be the red, not the not the yellow.
What's the purple?
The purple is not meant to be there. That was a mistake.
Oh, okay. So the red is his Spore Bomb?
That's what I'm suggesting. Right?
That I agree with. That feels right.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. So
and then
that'll be 45. And then his ult should definitely easily be 45, if not 60.
Yeah, I was gonna say his ult should be about the same as his Spore Bomb, because they throw about the same.
Perfect. All right. Hulk. So Gamma Burst, I currently have it at 60. Because that thing seems like it goes fucking forever.
I don't know if I asked you about this. So Gamma Bolt, is that the one that like CCs them?
I think in game it does. I think it's the one that kind of like slows them down. Actually,
there's one that like you literally will get frozen in place like this for like about as long as what's her name does her little boop you out of your body.
Yeah. I think that's what this one is. So I actually need to do reduces speed by 4. Yeah, because that one does slow you down pretty drastically. So
is that how we're doing that? Just reducing your speed?
So anytime you get like knocked up in the air or stunned, we're just gonna I mean, unless there's a reason why you can't act, like we can even say you can't take actions until a certain thing. But I just feel like reducing speed's kind of like the idea that if you haven't gone in this initiative and your speed's reduced, it's gonna drastically change what you can do.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So again, it's just kind of that whole thing of being able to stop what they can do.
I'm thinking, especially for how long, like what's her name's freeze ability, like would it not bring their speed to 0?
It could
for the turn.
Yeah, but yeah, we could just say bring speed to 0.
That's kind of what I was thinking, is like it just, because that's what it feels like in game, is you just get stopped. And so like say if that person had a move action and you get hit with this before the move action occurs, like if you're after it in initiative and you get hit with it, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like that would be what I would think I would want that to feel like. Awesome. Be like, hey, you think you're gonna come and get on point before we can get there? I'm gonna boop you with this.
I didn't realize we had shit going on in chat. My bad, everybody. Hold on. Down. Give Soul their points. What's going on, everybody? Okay,
welcome.
I like that. Okay, so I think 60. I still think 60 is good for that, because it does feel like you for that Gamma Burst. Like it feels like you can hit people so far away with that thing.
60, yeah. No, 60 is beautiful.
Do you even want to do like a -2 to hit, or do you think it's fine? Okay.
No, he's with that 60, that should be fine.
So definitely. So with Jeff, I think that we can definitely put his splash, like his little
main attack.
His
fire hose,
his jet. I have it as a cone because the idea is that you can hit. Because it's most effective if you keep it like this, not when you swing it across the room. So I'm saying that one's a cone. I said 30, definitely 45. That one needs to be 45. I think burst, the little the balls that he can put out. Sure. I think those could easily go up to 60, if not 45. Like right now they're at 30. I think. Well, I don't know how far do those go. Maybe those don't go that far.
You can lob those pretty far. The bubbles you're talking about?
Yeah,
you can lob those pretty far.
Do you think those should only be 30 and then his main attack should be 45?
I definitely think I definitely think his main attack should be 45.
Okay.
I think those,
I feel like the bursts don't go as far. The bubbles. I don't think they go as far.
Like if you were to shoot in a straight line, 100% they would not go as far.
Okay.
But I would say if you're shooting in a straight line, it goes probably about 90 feet though. Like if you're just shooting straight, it goes about 90 feet. But if like we're trying to like articulate your ability,
because you have to focus on a person, and you're not like you're spraying the whole time, and wasting your ammo. So again, I'm trying to think of like how do we reconstruct that feel?
Sure.
And that's where I'm like the cone makes sense because anybody in that's going to be the most effective way to spray.
And I just think that for a TTRPG, the way that we're trying to like articulate that and like give out healing and do all that stuff, and we're not trying to make this be like an infinite battle type deal. I think that concept is just going to work for us. We're just going to be like you're spraying across.
What do you like better? 60-foot cone, 45-foot bubble, or 45-foot cone, 30-foot bubble? Again, let's look at the map. When you're Jeff here. That's the point. That's how far you can move. Like, is this your bubble where you can drop? These are the bubbles you can drop, or should you be able to drop bubbles all the way out here?
I think you should be able to drop bubbles on the red.
And then spray all the way out here?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's give that a try. Again, we can always change it in beta.
True.
Oh, I'm sorry. Burst. No. I'm sorry. What was burst? Burst.
Burst is the attack. Is it the little bomb attack?
Yes. Burst is the bomb attack. Yes. So that one can be a 45. Bubble. The actual bubble. Maybe that should be 30 then. Because I always feel like the bubbles are more dropped locally to you and not like tossed hella far.
They're really not meant to be, I don't think.
Like shot far away.
But
because they're more meant to be like mines that you drop along the way. They're not really meant to be like So we'll call those 30. Because originally they were 15, so we'll call those 30. We'll keep it close to the team. And then perfect. Everything else, I think we're gonna definitely do. I think we'll keep. Do we want to do 15 or 5 10? So this is 15 feet away. Is this enough of a circle for that ult? For Jeff's ult? A 15-foot radius? Because that's still relatively big.
Yes. But I would almost say 30.
So 5, 10, 15. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. That's this. That's that's a hell of an ult. Because I mean you gotta think every other ult's gonna be that big. And you got to remember the way that ults work is
this game. I think 15 is fine
because you got to think in the game. If I'm Jeff and it's the start of a round and I'm thinking here's where everybody is, I think that if I want an ult, I'm gonna say I'm gonna move here to like this spot and then I'm gonna ult, right? Not knowing what everyone else is going to choose this round.
Sure.
So if everyone chases this guy over here, let's say this is Jeff, and all of a sudden everyone leaves the point, I'm not gonna catch anyone on my ult, and that can happen.
Yes.
But if it's so big that it doesn't matter where you drop it because you're just going
to anticipate that, hey, all these guys are going to go on point because they want to move it. And I'm going to put my ult just so where it encompasses where you'd have to be to technically be considered on point.
Yeah.
And so it's
but if it's so, because if you think about that being so big, he'd barely have, like right now, he'd only have to move 3 feet and he'd have everyone on point.
Yeah.
I feel like if it was 15, he'd have to move his whole movement just to get there. And that feels more right.
Can you
Jeff.
move that piece? What's his movement? Jeff's movement, like his regular movement, not his underwater. 6.
Yeah.
What is 6 from there? 6 squares from there.
The blue.
So that is 30 feet. Okay.
Yeah. So he'd be able to move there, and if he did, he'd easily 5, 10, 15. He'd be able to get everybody on point if he moved his what. Like that's why I say it feels better.
So you think he should have to be like almost adjacent to point to get everybody on point?
I think so. I would not mind 20 feet. But I think that's the max I'd be comfortable with for his ult and most other ults. Any ult that's like a zone like that, now that I've played on the map, I think 20 feet's a good maximum. 30 feet's pushing it. I think 20 feet makes sense.
What do you well, I think it'd be hard to do in game. I was going to say, what do you think about giving them the opportunity to like change where it's located after other people have moved, like before it executes in whatever turn order? But I feel like that would be hard to do interface wise.
And it just doesn't really like go with the spirit, I think, of the rest of it. Because like that would have to be like if we develop reactions.
Oh, sure.
Then we can develop a way.
Like that.
We got to develop a way to do that. But so I'm okay for right now. I do think that let's bump that. I think 15 I think we could do 20. I think 20 feels right. I think 30 is too much. Because you're right. I don't want them to have to be adjacent, but they have to be close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially for the type of game that we're playing. So I'm okay with that. All right, moving right along. So Rocket, right? Oh yeah, Rocket. I think we're doing fine. So Rocket's Bombard. We currently are at 60, and that's basically his machine gun. And kind of like Jeff, I feel like it's such a spray and pray weapon that he's not Punisher. He shouldn't get that much distance. So 60
this is fine. Attack one.
Yeah, his
not
main
the heal one.
Yeah, this is his main attack.
60 is fine.
His repair, I have it at 3090.
His what?
Oh, so his repair, the healing one. I have it at 3090. So 30 is his effective range, but if he misses, he can end up hitting an ally within 90, like within 60 of the missed target.
Okay.
Because it's still a roll to hit.
Sure.
But so it's like, if let's say you have, like you're my ally, you're within 25 feet.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say I have an ally 45 feet directly behind you. I could try to heal you, and if I miss my roll, I can re-roll to try to hit the other ally. Because it bounces.
So
remember, because it's this healing one, right? That bounces.
Yeah, it bounces like off walls, but it goes through allies. So if you have like 5 people in a line, it should get all of them.
Let's see. Heal. I didn't know. I don't. Okay, maybe I didn't catch that in the game that it actually heals multiples. I thought it only hit. I thought it was just a single hit.
Yeah, because there was this weird meme of people like power leveling up their characters so they could all get lured by sitting in like spawn, and like Rocket would just like shoot his thing through the wall, and it would bounce back and forth through all his team members, and he would have like stupid amount of healing. It was.
We'll have to figure that out. Okay, we'll have to look at that one, because I could have sworn it was like it bounces until it hits someone. I thought that was the whole point. Is it just bounces until you can hit your ally? So we'll double check that. We'll have to practice, because if it is that way, then I'll just change the verbiage to any ally within the line, because that's what I do with everything else.
Right.
And we'll just say it's 90 feet, and any ally in that line gets healing.
Right.
And then we can talk about how to do bounces and whatnot.
Sure.
But so yeah, but 3090 I think is fine. So his BRB still, I think 10 feet. We can even bump it up to 15. That's fine. That's his. It creates the 1 armor, the 1 boost, and his respawn point. 15 feet's fine.
15 feet's fine.
His ultimate, I think 20. Again, it's not much bigger than BRB, because it's that thing that he puts down.
His his ultimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
20
really,
feet's fine.
There's really no need for more than 20 feet.
Because it's a centralized thing. It's meant to be like you and your allies.
Yeah.
All right, so Iron Man, we got to give his main ability 60. Like any flyer basically has to go 60 at this point.
Especially if they can go up in the air 60 feet.
Unibeam. We have it at 30. We talked about now Emma's going up to 30. I think this is actually bigger than hers.
Yes.
So 45?
Yes.
Definitely not.
Yes.
Definitely
full, not 60.
But 45.
Yes.
Missile barrage, probably about 45.
Yes.
And pulse cannon, his main attack, 120 or 90.
His ultimate?
Yeah. It's at 90 right now. But to be effective, because again, anything further than that, you kind of see it coming. You could probably move. It's kind of not effective.
I'll give it. See.
And the reason is we also just want to prevent someone from like being Iron Man and just ulting out of spawn and just lobbing it.
So you know how we're talking about Scarlet Witch? Her ult's gonna take some time to go off. You'll hear it go off, and then it'll take some time. What if the longer the distance, the longer it takes to go off? Is that too hard?
I don't want to track all that. I feel like this. Like if you're in this game and you're like, well, as soon as I respawn at a point, I can see the point. I can see the targets, right?
Sure.
So why don't I just ult? If I have 120 feet and I ult, I can just hit the target, hit the point, and annihilate the entire team from spawn. That's what I don't want to happen. Because even if you could reach spawn from ult, even if you could reach the point from spawn, you wouldn't ult, because that time frame in game, so much would happen by the time your ult actually hit, right? Because you've done that before, where if you throw too far, an ult too far away, you just watch people just leave the area. And you're just like, oh. So I feel like it just prevents people from easy spamming from too far away.
Yes.
Because it's meant to be that whole, you need to have timed just right. So again, more beta testing.
That's fair enough. Fair enough.
We'll have it at 90. If we feel like it just isn't enough, we'll bump it a little bit further. And I also think that with some of these, we can also say that when it comes to flyers, height is arbitrary. So even though like his main attack is 60, I'm not going to hold it against you that he's 30 feet up. So that means you only get 30 feet out instead of 60 feet out.
Right.
That I think is arbitrary. I think we're talking about horizontal distance only.
So like I will say,
I think we'll have a cap of
if
like
Emma is like I don't think Emma should be able to hit every flyer. I feel like flyers should be able to move out of the range of Emma, even if they're like directly.
So maybe flyers have like we'll call flyers
saying?
like so flyers have a maximum height of 60.
Yes,
and then that way some can hit, some can't, but most can.
Yeah.
But I don't think should we hold the height against the flyer? Like, should we say for every 10 feet up, you get 10 feet less? So if you have a range of 60, if I go up 10 feet, do I only have a range of 50? If I go up 20 feet, do I only have a range of 40? Because the higher I go up, technically that distance
I hear what you're saying.
So we don't have to answer that now, but that's what we should. Right now, we won't. We were not going to hold it against them, but maybe that's something that we have to balance out. Is as if you're a flyer, when you say I'm moving, you have to indicate height off the ground, and that would be easy coding. You say I'm Iron Man, it's just going to say when you move 5 feet, how high are you off the ground, and it will calculate that, and then that will maybe judge what your attack radius is.
Sure.
If we feel like that's what needs it, because truthfully, to be told, if Iron Man can get out of the way of being able to hit somebody, that means that should also affect who he can hit. Like if I can go high enough that Emma can't hit me, she should be able to go far enough that I can't hit her. And those just should be equal, right? If I can go 60 feet straight up, but I can shoot the same 60 feet out that I could down, how is that fair to Emma?
Well, I will say that, again, there's got to be points where I can hit you, but you can't hit me.
Exactly. So maybe it's like a 1/2. So maybe for every 10 feet you go up, you lose 5 feet in distance. So if you're 60 foot up, well, that would be about half your range. So maybe not. But you know what I mean?
If you're 6 feet up, you'd have 30 feet out instead of 60 feet out.
So maybe it's like a 1 to, or maybe like a 1 to 3. So for every 15 feet in the air, you lose 5 feet of distance. So if you're 60 feet up, you would lose.
You'd have 45.
Yeah, you'd only have 45 instead of 60. That seems way more fair. Because like you said, it needs to feel balanced for both people. I should be able to hit you, but I shouldn't have pure maximum range at all times.
Sure.
So maybe a 3 to 1.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. I think that's good for testing.
Because if like Emma's here and I have an enemy out here and I'm intentionally trying to get out of Emma's distance, I should lose that target on the edge. Like that's the judge, right? If I want to attack this guy, get away from Emma, that's
that last 15 feet is gonna
that's the whole point. Is I'm benefiting from getting away from her. So what am I giving up? What's the exchange? So maybe a 1 to 3 for all flyers for distance, and that should be very easy to calculate.
Yeah. I can put that in the formula easy.
All right. So Hawkeye. So Hawkeye, we're gonna say 90, 120. And we'll probably end up doing something like disadvantage or a negative for the 120, but his max is 90. Anything over that. His headshot definitely only at 90, and that's also at disadvantage. Or a -5 to hit.
Is it already that?
It's already, right now we already said it's a 90 distance, but it's a -5 to hit.
Gotcha.
So I don't mind kind of doing that, but he just doesn't have the 120 he just can't hit headshots at 120.
Is with a -5, can you still crit?
Yeah, because I would still assume that we still have the crit option.
Okay.
So that would.
But if they normally have a +10, they would still only hit a 25.
Yeah.
Or wait, are we not even doing it like that?
It depends on how we're doing it. But yeah. You have the math right. Yeah. It's just it's basically just saying that if you're trying to do a headshot and you're calling it like I'm trying to get a headshot, whatever the math rolling is behind the scenes, you're just gonna have a penalty to try and do it. All right, so his hyper arrow. So if he gets 120 with his regular arrow, his hyper arrow, that's the one that he can shoot and even hit the air, and then it like shows off people. Or no, I'm sorry. It slows enemies and grounds flyers. It doesn't show them off. I'm sorry. I was thinking about Overwatch. This is one where you can shoot it in the air. You can just shoot it and it hits air. It'll slow anybody in like a radius, and it'll actually drop flyers from the air.
He does have one like he does. So, is that his secondary fire?
So I gave that 45. I'm thinking that can easily be 60.
I never mess with Hawkeye.
I think that can be 60. I think his blast area should be 45. The blast arrow, which is the one that you normally shoot at the ground.
Oh, the 3 one, the one that spreads out.
That one should be 45. Hyper arrow, I think, could be 60.
Can I see it one more time? The map, because I almost think
regular arrow, hyper arrow, blast arrow.
Well, no, regular arrow. We're talking this 90.
Regular arrow way out here.
Yeah.
And then so hyper arrow would be here.
Which one's hyper arrow? The explosion one?
No, hyper arrow is the one that slows them.
Yeah, that's the one that blows up in the middle of the air.
Yeah, that would be the yellow, and the red would be the explosives.
Well,
and I'm only going off
super ranged character, but I almost feel like the 3 arrows should be the blue, and the hyper arrow, the explosion in the middle air, should be the red. I almost feel that.
Oh, you think it should be even closer?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. I don't mind that. I don't mind because I thought that based on how you use the explosives, I usually think that those are closer to you. So I don't mind putting the explosives at 30. Do you really want the hyper arrow that close though?
The 3 that spread out, I feel like
that's the blast arrow. That's the explosive arrow.
Yeah, that one I feel like happens the closest.
So that's 30. So yeah. So do you think 60 or 45 for the one that slows them?
For the one that slows them and drops the flyers out of the air, the one that explodes, I think the red line, the 45.
Okay, cool.
Would be best for that.
Perfect. Yep, no, perfect. All right, cool. Let's keep on going. Psylocke, her main attack right now is 60. I think that actually sounds about right. Maybe 90. We might be able to go up to 90 for her.
What do we do for like Hawkeye and the other one? Like, I think we should do something like that for her, but definitely give her 90. Like, either give her disadvantage or give her a -5 or
like
something
60, 90?
Yeah,
okay,
like 60, 90.
So she'll get like 60, 90. Okay,
yeah.
We'll work on that. Her side blade dash, we already know. Her shuriken.
Her side leg dash?
That's one where she can dash forward.
Oh, just her whole body?
Yeah. That's just a dash thing.
What's the range on that?
15 feet, and then she can dash twice. So she can
15 feet. Okay, yeah.
So her shurikens, we had 30. I definitely think those need to go up to 45 or 60. I think it's 60. No, 60. Her shurikens just kind of.
Yes.
Yeah,
definitely 60. Definitely 60. That's the thing that goes out and then comes back.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna bump her ult to 20 foot. I think ults feel better at 20 feet. Because her ult's really
that
big.
One. Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Do you think? Can I see it one more time? For Jeff's ult, do you think he could do 20 feet?
I think that's what I did. I think I moved him up to. Yeah. I think I'm moving most of the ults up to 20.
Okay, cool. I thought we said 15. But.
So Wolverine, that all of those are fine. Okay, so his last stand is basically when he can jump up into the air. If anyone's within 5 feet of him, they'll get hit, and then he can leap away.
Yeah,
I gave this one 20. Again, his leap, like he can go up to 20 feet away. You think we should go to 30, or you think 20 is still good?
I think we should go up to 30 for the far away he can leap, because
that's not an AoE. That's really like he has to hit that target, and then he only gets a smaller AoE. So the balance is that he can leap further.
Anyone within 5 feet goes up with him, and then they go with him when he shoots forward.
Oh, gotcha.
And they all land in the same spot.
Okay, gotcha.
So, like, if you have 2 people next to you, both of them will come up with you, and then when you zoom and when you land, if there's, like, what's the range of the land? Is it 15 feet or is it 10 feet?
What do you mean?
So, like, when you land, is it like I'm hitting a specific spot?
175 on a hit, 175 5 feet, 175 10 feet. So at 10 feet out from him.
10 feet out from him. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think 30 is fine. I think a 30-foot wide jump is perfect.
Yeah.
And then a 10-foot wide radius is perfect.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
All right. So the thing, let's see. Stone. That's fine. 20 is fine there. Street charge, push any target, 25 to any target, and slow by 2. So street charge, I have it at 30, right? He can run 30 and do his charging. Should we up that to 45? Because it seems like he runs for days.
He does run for days.
Let's do 45. Because that way he can really it's more than his standard movement. So he really
gets. Even put it up to 60. I mean, if unless you feel like that's too far. Okay. 60 feet. Can I see that one more time? What kind of action economy is this for him?
When he activates it, he just gets a whole extra movement, and then he just says, "This is where I'm moving," and whoever he hits will take the damage.
If we can add something to him where if you, I feel like he should be able to have it up to 60, but if you have it up to 60, you can't do any other action.
But I don't think you can cancel it, can you?
Yeah, you can do it early. I can start it and then do my slam instantly if I want to and only go 5 feet, or I can go the entire 60 feet, or I can run around and snake and do all kinds of craziness.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's put it up to 60, and then we'll see how we feel about being able to cancel it early if we can figure out how to code that.
Okay.
Because that's going to be the hardest part is how do you say I'm only...
Sure,
how
sure.
you cut up...
The way I would look at that is like you would choose, do you want to do this? And then if you choose it, like
how far
do you want to do
30,
it?
45, 60?
And then everything else is blurred out, or it just doesn't ask you any of those other questions.
Okay. Yeah, we could definitely work on something there. And then his embattled leap, I'm going to put that up to 20. And then clobbering time.
Wait, which one's up to 20?
His embattled leap. That's the one where he can like leap and like drop in on your allies and everything. I'll put that up to 20. That seems fine. And then his clobbering time, I have it at a 20-foot cone when he smashes the ground. Should I go to 30? Mm-hmm.
I think 30 is good.
30 cone?
Yeah, because it does feel like he gets people pretty decently away.
But I think 45 would be 45, too much.
Yeah. 45 is too much.
All right. And then Captain America. Let's see. So energy saw. I have that at 20 feet.
Energy saw. What?
That's, I believe, when he throws his
shield.
Yeah, I think it's when he throws the shield. That probably needs to go up to 30, if not 45.
What's that?
I don't know how far it really goes, but
I think
30, if not 45.
Let me see one more time.
So 30, 45.
How do you have it work? Does it bounce from target to target?
50 on hit, 25 chain, 2 additional targets at 10 feet.
And let me see. Then 10 feet?
Yeah, 10 feet from the target that you hit.
Then I would give it 45. How many bounces does it have?
Just 2.
Just 2?
So
okay.
3 targets total.
Then yeah, I think 45 is cool.
Okay. Liberty Rush, but that can go up to 20 because it was at 15. Super Slam.
What is Liberty Rush?
That's when he charges forward with a shield.
Just like barrels forward.
Yeah, when he puts a shield up and he's just...
Got you.
And then there's the Super Slam, which again, 15, because he just kind of like does a little like leap forward and like slams.
Yeah. I feel like 15. Oh, maybe 20, but 15's fine.
We'll do it 20. That's fine. Again, we want to be able to have people be able to use these to move around the map too.
Sure.
Adding a little bit of extra, I think we're fine. All right. I don't know how many more we have to go, but let's just keep going. We're almost done.
We're getting it.
All right. So Magneto, right now his Iron Volley, that's just his main throwing one. We have it at 25. That should easily go up to 45.
Yeah. Let's say he can lightweight hit people for days. Like I might even say 60.
Well, let's do 60 because his mag cannon should be 45.
Mag cannon. Okay, yeah, that's the one that pushes them.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Metallic curtain that's in front. We should definitely have his ability to give allies a shield 30. He should be able to give an ally within 30 feet a shield.
Okay, what was it before?
15.
15? Okay. I don't mind 30.
And then his Meteor M, his ult, probably 60. Because he can hurl that. Right now it's at 30. I feel like he needs to hurl that. He can hurl
yes.
that.
Do you give him the ability to move vertical when he casts this?
Yeah, he essentially like gets better visuals. So
okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. He just basically gets But I think 60 foot range is good.
Cool.
Are you talking about for throwing it or just
how far he can target?
Okay. And does it have an effect of sucking in ammunition?
No.
Okay.
It just does 400 on hit and then 250 at 5 feet.
So I will say in game that is one of its biggest uses. Like somebody like Star-Lord, like it actively counters his ultimate. It eats every single bullet. So if you're within Magneto's ult while he's just holding it up in the air, every single one of Star-Lord's bullets will get curved into Magneto's ult and it won't hit any of the targets.
We might be able to do something like any person within a certain range can't do ranged attacks or projectile attacks. We might be able to program something like that. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
I can do. I'll put a note here. Stops projectile attacks within, we'll say 15 feet for now.
Sure. Targets within 15 feet.
Yeah, we'll kind of figure out how to program that in. All right, so Thor, let's see. So Storm Surge, this is where he gets, that's 20 because this is when he gets to go forward and push
his dash. Yeah, 20 feet's fine.
Awakening Ruin, on hit.
Awakening Ruin, that's his when he's shooting those things.
Yeah, because I had that one at 20 feet, 50 on a hit, and then he gets 8 attacks. That can go up to 30. He gets pretty good distance on that.
I might even say 45.
45? Okay.
I might even say 45, yeah.
God of Thunder, we have at 15 feet. 75 on activation if you're within 15 feet of him. 300 on hit, 250 at 5 feet, 200 at 10 feet. We could probably bump that up to 30 feet.
I think 20 feet because it's not super big compared to other people's stuff.
So yeah, 20 feet sounds good. Perfect. Yeah. And then he can go 30 feet with his hammer throw, but that's 15 up and then 15 long. That's movement.
30 feet. Okay, yeah.
All right, Luna, light and dark. So this is her healer damage. That's definitely got to be 60. Luna has massive distance.
Yeah.
Same thing with the ice arts. We'll put that up to 45 because
ice arts. That's the freezing thing.
Yeah, we'll do that to 45.
45 is good.
And then absolute zero. That's her slowing down one. That we said that one was 30.
Slowing down one.
Or
is that her clap thing?
This is her absolute zero. Yeah. It's 50 on hit, slows target by 3, so we'll say that's 30.
Oh,
because I don't think that one is nearly
okay.
As distance.
So there's two things. She's got this ability where she activates where she starts clapping again on people. And then there's another one where she throws this like snowball thing, and you're literally frozen in place.
That's the absolute zero. Yeah.
So the absolute zero should do the same thing that we talked about earlier and put their speed to 0.
Oh, you want that one to 0?
Yes. Okay. And then the other one, but I think.
But yeah, so that one should be 30. I think share the stage, heal 10 when healing another ally, lasts for 2 rounds.
What was the range you said? 20?
At 20, that one can probably be 30.
Yeah, that's akin to Jeff's ult.
And then her ultimate, choose to grant allies health or damage boost for 2 rounds. Can change for free each round. That one can easily be 30. 30-foot radius rounder.
Yeah.
Okay. Loki, main attack, definitely 60. His attack's distance is major. I mean, he might even be able to be 90. He is kind of lightweight. He's a sniper.
I mean, yeah. I mean, about as much as Luna is, I would say.
How about 60-90 for him? Because especially when you can like hone in, he can do so.
I mean, he's able to not get elevation on like things that you can stand on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and so
I'll do 60-90. So
sure.
Detriment to 90, but still can a try.
Okay.
And then regenerative domain. I set a 10-foot radius around him. I think we'll do up to 20. Or maybe 15.
15 sounds good.
Because it is very small, but it can heal a lot of people.
But he's also got 3 of them, and he can drop at any point in time.
That's true.
Right? So then, like, imagine, like, it would be 15 by 15 by 15. So that's 90 feet across. Not 90 feet. 45 feet across. If they're all
in this particular case, he can just do it once every 2 rounds. So not really, like, spam it, but yeah.
But if you like, what I mean is like if you have 2 of your clones out.
Oh yes.
If you have 2 of your clones
they
out,
will
and they're
all
like
drop
spaced side by side.
Yes, they all drop.
You click them and then they boom. That's from 15 feet to 15 feet, which is total 45.
So I put his doppelganger at 45 feet. I feel like maybe 60 because he can actually put that anywhere pretty much. So 60 feet. Then devious exchange, swap places with any copy that's in line of sight. I put that at 90. I feel like that's good because there should be a distance cap.
Yeah, I mean, for the game, I think having a distance cap is fine. I think
we can even put that at 120. Like,
I think, yeah. I mean, whatever's as long as you have line of sight, in game. Like,
should we even bother with the distance then at that point? Just as long as you have official line of sight, you can switch with any of your bots. Do we even care about distance at that point?
I think it's definitely worth testing. If we want to start it off that way. With just line of sight, we can do that. I don't think having a cap would be bad.
We'll see if there's ever a situation where it feels like a cap without a cap, it would be abusive.
Like somebody knows exactly where to place it so they can see it from spawn and just be there.
And if you can, I mean, fuck. If you can do that, if you can figure out how.
All
right. Well, let's go to Mr. Fantastic. We gave him a 15-foot range on his standard punch. I think that's fine. I think that's still pretty good for melee.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends on how bad you want it to feel to play against Mr. Fantastic. Because, like, in game, I feel like his hitbox is just way too fucking big. Like, his little fucking fist's got a hitbox this fucking big. And I'm like,
so you want 20 feet at that point?
I mean,
you think his attack should be 20 feet?
I mean, I don't think they should be, but I think in game they.
Well, I mean, it should be the same as Groot.
What's that?
Should be the same as Groot.
Yeah.
And we gave him 20, so yeah. All right, so distended grip. Should that be the same as his attack? That's the one where he can like wrap you up.
Yeah, it should be.
Or no, that's where he can grab 2 targets and smash them together. So that should be the same distance. Yeah, same distance.
Yeah.
Flexible elongation.
Is that where he pops to you?
Pull self towards target. Yeah, that needs to be 30 feet. I think it's further than his standard attack.
I don't play him. I feel like they've been.
It'll also give him another opportunity to use it for moving. Like again, we want people to have like a way to move around the map, so that's good. His Brainiac bounce is his ultimate. Jump 15 vertical and 15 towards target, attack up to 6 times. I put 15 as his like jump radius, so every time he can attack, it's up to 15 feet. So that'd be 20.
What's his AoE area when he drops down? When he like hits the ground every time?
I don't have an AoE for that. I just have a 75 on hit. But he can jump up to 15 feet every time. And he gets 6 attacks. So it's just going to be how far between each opponent should. I think 15 is fine, because that way if they spread out enough, he won't be able to just easily pounce back and forth on them.
I will say I have seen clips of his people being in his ultimate, and there is a circle on the ground that is the area in which.
Do you want to do a 75 on hit, 25 on 5 feet? Or 50 on 5 feet?
I think 50 on 5 feet sounds good.
Okay. And then 15 feet for jump still?
With 6 attacks? I think 15 feet. And that's like how far away you can go.
That's how, for between each enemy to jump. So
Got you.
Okay, so moving on to Invisible Woman, her main attack, her orb projectiles. I have him at 60.
Or the thing that she just...
Yeah, maybe 90. I don't know how hit scanny she is.
Not really. I would actually say hers is fairly limited. So I would say 60
is pretty good.
Is yeah.
Her Guardian Shield, I have that at 30. So you can put that up in front of the allies, but there's a distance. So I think that's 30 foot.
I think 45 is okay for that.
Okay. Force Physics. This is 25 on hit, push or pull the target 15 feet.
Ooh.
I have that at 20 feet now. Maybe 30 and no more.
I'm not gonna lie. It pisses me off how far away I've been gotten by this thing.
So we'll do 30 for now. Maybe test further.
Sure.
Because 45 just sounds too much. Especially for point control.
For us, I think 30 should be fine.
The Psionic Vortex, 100 within 10 feet and pulls targets together. Right now that's at 20. I think that has to be at least that one can be 45.
Like far away from her?
Yeah.
Okay, what's its AoE range?
10 feet. So anything within 10 feet if it gets pulled closer.
I think they could be up to 15 or because that's bigger than Cloak and Dagger's little bubble.
Oh, okay. So within 15 feet, and then you think 45 feet away?
I think 45 feet away is great. Yeah.
Okay. And then Invisible Boundary, 30-foot radius. I think that's more than enough.
30-foot radius, yeah, that's more than enough. But how far away?
Oh no, I'm sorry. The range. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 30-foot radius range right now is 30. I think 45 should be better. How far away she can?
Yeah, I'd say it should be. Right. I say it should be on par with how far away Moon Knight can pop his ult.
Yeah. Moon Knight was 90.
So really, he could go 90 with his ult.
I think we can go 90 then.
Okay.
His ult does seem like you can go pretty far with it. We might be able to bring that back.
Sure.
But okay, we'll go 90 for Invisible Woman. Let's see, we're at Cloak and Dagger. How many more do we have? Oof.
We can always come back on this later too.
I mean, we're just blazing through it. All right, so Cloak and Dagger main attacks 60 probably. Their primary attack.
Dagger's primary attack or Cloak's?
Either. Right now they're at the same. Do you think that they're a difference?
I do. I think Dagger goes way further than,
so like 60-45? Or like 90-60?
I'd say like 90-60.
Okay.
Or no, 90-45.
Oh, 90-45. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Light Wave, the healing any ally in a path. I said 25 feet. It's like just that wall of light that goes forward. I said 20 up to 25, maybe 30.
I would say 30 is good.
And then same thing with the Dark Wave, probably 45, because that one seems like it does go further.
No, I would say they're exactly the same.
Oh, okay. So both 30. Light Storm. This is the heal ally. Heal 50 to any ally within 15 feet. So this is like their burst. I said up to 30 feet away. So
I think that could do the same as Invisible Woman's, as far as how far away it goes, which is what, 45?
Okay, perfect. All right, so Warlock, Adam Warlock, Quantum Magic, got to be 60.
Real quick, for Cloak and Daggers, how far are their little dashes?
Dash 20 feet 4 times. That seemed pretty relatively good for what I saw on screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, so that's 80 total. Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Warlock, his main attack, his little like quantum magic thing, 60. Gotta be 60.
It's gotta be maybe even 90, because he's a lightweight, like,
hit skin
healer hella. Yeah.
Okay, so he'll be that. Cosmic Cluster.
That's the hold one where he's.
That's the one. Yeah, I have 200 damage. He can do it once per round, but that's just that's just like just one heavy attack.
Yeah. That's it's weirdly, it's like 3 consecutive. It's like Moon Knights. It's
like the 2. Okay, yeah. That's
but
what it is. I said 30, maybe 45.
I think 45 is good. All
right, Avatar of Lifestream. Heal 100, can chain 2 times at 15 feet. I think that can go up to 30 away before you activate it.
That's just his healing ability.
Yeah. I have it at 15. I definitely think it needs to be pushed up to 30.
Yeah, definitely 30.
His alternate ability, Soul Bond. Target ally, damage is split, heal 100. That can go up to 45. Or even 60.
I think 45 is good. From where I've seen it being able to get healed from.
Yeah.
Or chained to. That's where they all like share a health pool. That's that one. Okay.
Yeah. Or they all just take the damage split among them.
Yeah.
All right. So then let's go to Doctor Strange. So his daggers of Danak, gotta be 60. Maybe 45. Maybe 45. He doesn't seem like he has that range.
For his just regular attack?
Yeah, his main dagger.
45.
45. Yeah. And then his portal, we're gonna probably say 120.
Theoretically, you can do the entire map with his portal.
That's true.
You can just sit in it and you just go move to the other side of the map. You can go anywhere you like.
How about we say that you can put it a distance away per initiative? Because it takes time to travel the map.
Yes.
So what if we say, so if we're saying the map is what? How far did we say the map was? 200?
Yeah, something like that.
So 200 divided by 6. What are we looking at? Do some quick maths. So we're looking at 30. So how about like 33? So how about you can move your portal 30 feet in initiative? So if you say I want it here and it's 90 feet away, it'll spawn on initiative 3.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It'll take 3
or comparative to your initiative.
It'll take 3 initiatives from your initiative. So if you're initiative 2 and you say I want it 90 feet away, it won't activate for 3 initiatives, but then everyone can start using it.
Could that be possibly next round?
If it's at the very end of the round, yeah.
So like, say I get initiative like 5, and I put it
opposite side of the map.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay.
Why not? So we could do maybe the portal is
as long as there's
30
no
per
like
round.
issue for us making that happen type deal.
I think the idea would just be that it would calculate for every 30 feet, it will not be available to use for that long. Like it'll be available for your team
to like go
this
through.
Initiative.
Yeah.
So that would have to be a planning stage.
How long does that last for?
Last 3 rounds.
3 rounds. Okay.
I think that's more than enough too.
Yeah.
Cool. I like that. All right, moving on to Star-Lord. Main attack, I have it at 20, maybe 30. His attack doesn't seem to be very effective at distance. Not to say that it can't shoot at distance. It's just because if it's the rapid fire and you have to track, I don't feel it's very effective beyond a certain. So I could see 30. I don't know about 45, but I could see 30, 45.
I can see 45, but I feel 30's not bad either.
Okay, how about 30, 45 then? We'll do that. We'll do the 30 and then he can go up to 45 at a small disadvantage.
I like that a lot.
Because that hits, because when you are spraying that many bullets, the further
agree.
away you go, the less likely you are to hit your target. It's just you have too much of every little movement.
The reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because I feel like what you're talking about is just me. I feel like I'm just really shitty and I can't track people from far enough away to actually do any. Because when I watch other people play these motherfuckers,
they're fine. They're just
I'm like every time, bro. Like why? Whatever, it's fine. Yeah. Anyways,
and then his blaster barrage. So this is, I have it at 200 to all enemies within 10 feet. I'm thinking maybe 20 feet.
Yeah,
because that's pretty big.
20 feet. Yeah, it is pretty big. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, so it's not quite 30 feet.
No, but it's got to be 20 feet all around.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then moving on to, we're just going through these. Mantis, life energy blast. This is their main attack. I have it at 30. Easily could be 60.
Agreed.
Easily 60. Healing flower. Easily 30.
Which one's healing flower?
It's their secondary ability. It's just a small amount of healing. Does like 25. It's a super minimal amount.
I'm not even gonna lie. I play Mantis. I don't know what that is.
You know what? We'll do 30 for now, and we'll see if it feels any worse. I just don't think it has that much range, but because it's a heal, we want it to be able to be usable. Spore Slumber, reduce enemy speed to 0 this round. That could probably be 30, 45.
I could see 45. With that
that's actually better than their healing, which is good.
I would say it's akin to Luna Snow's Snowball.
Okay, and then Inspiration, grant self or ally plus 25 attack this round. That should be the same as their healing flower, so both of those 30.
Which one is that?
It's Inspiration. It's something that she can do. Basically, they get like a boost to damage. So I just said that's how you're going to do it. Is you're just going to get like a boost to damage. And then okay, cool. Moving on.
What does their ult do?
Soul Resurgence. Any ally within 20 feet gains 2 movement and heals 100 per round. Lasts for 2 rounds. Speeds everybody up and gives them health.
Do you think that should go to 30?
Kind
of similar
yeah, within 30. That's fine.
Yeah, just the AoE of it.
All right, and then Ultron. Main attack, the Echo Ray. I had it at 20. Maybe 30. I could see 30. Doesn't seem like it's that big.
Again, this is his
main attack.
Say, what's that?
Main attack.
So, first of all, find out in game, he is the only character that I found out that has literally no range. They went to the practice range and went literally to the other side of the map, and you can still hit targets.
Interesting.
But I would say he's a flyer. So I would say he would have flyer standard range at least 60.
So 60. Okay, no, that's perfect. Then Firewall, heal 75 to self and any ally within 15 feet. Second instance centers on ally with patch. Oh yeah, that's just another ability.
I would say
30?
I was gonna say 20.
Okay, 20 is good.
The shield one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the AoE on his little robot?
That's the imperative patch.
I think so, yeah.
Follows anything within range, heals 50 per round to ally and any other ally within 10 feet for 3 rounds. So you put it on an ally and then anybody within 10 feet of them.
I think you can up that to 20 because that's a pretty decent little bubble. Again, I want to know what this healing feels like in game.
And
like which for some testing, but
his rage, 100 on hit, 100 within 10 feet, heals 50 within 10 feet, 5 attacks. I had that at 30. I think that can go up to 45.
Agreed.
I guess that was his ult. I don't know why I don't have ult on here.
Yeah, that is his ult. I'm almost tempted to say it's 60 again because he's a flyer and he can hit the ground at max range.
I agree with that. Perfect. Okay. We're almost done. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, maybe we're not that close. I thought we were so much closer. All right, Emma Frost, telepathic pulse. This is the one that she has to hold it, so it actually does more damage over time.
This is a regular main attack.
Yeah. This is that like where she just has that like little like the line that she grabs onto people. I have it at 20. I think it needs to be 30 minimum.
Yeah.
I could even see it at 45.
I do think it's 30. So go back and look at the map. Yeah, I think that because can't tell you how many times like I'm Emma and I cannot hit my targets. They're like just out of range.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I feel like that happens a good amount. So it's much shorter than most other people. So
we'll put mines. I guess this is the prevents projectiles. We'll put that at 20 foot wide. Psychic Spear on hit,
like that.
double damage against enemy for 2 rounds. That could easily be 30. No, that could be 45.
Which one?
The spear that she throws and then makes an enemy more vulnerable to damage. I feel like that one could be 45.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
that's gotta be pretty.
I agree.
Yeah, and then her ultimate, psionic seduction, 150 on hit. Enemies that start a turn in radius must move up to 3 feet. Oh yeah, 3 squares towards you. That could totally be 30 foot radius.
Because
right now it's at a 20 foot radius. I feel like that's not enough.
I would almost say because she can get people from days away. Theoretically, 45? It's line of sight. Okay. But I would say 45 feels good for us.
All right. Penny Parker. The Cyberweb Cluster main attack 45.
I would say 60 is okay.
All right
for that.
Web snare, definitely 45. That thing can go for days.
The her thing that like CCs you that wraps you up. Yeah. 45 for sure.
Bionic spider nest. This is the little mines she puts down. That could be 30.
I mean, it really doesn't need. And actually, no, because you have a little thing that appears and then you like set it down like the spider net. Yeah, I'd say 15, 20 feet is fine.
Okay, I have it at 20, so that's fine. And then the mine itself, we'll do the mine at 15 feet because the mine is just something that you put down like next to you.
Yeah.
So we could just put that within 15. And then her spider sweep, she can dash 40, and then she can drop stuff everywhere. So she gets 40 feet of movement to just like run around. We can even up that because there's other characters that you even said get 80 feet of movement.
How long does that last?
So she dashes 40, 50 to any enemy in the path, drop a mine, and nest every 10 feet from the starting point.
I would say let that last for 2 rounds, and as is fine.
Gotcha. That actually makes sense for how long she runs. More people would be able to react to it. Okay. Iron Fist. His one that can target enemies and kind of like,
dash towards them. Yeah.
I have it at 10 feet. I think we could probably do 15 to make it feel better.
Yeah. 15 is good.
All right. And then his kick, dash up to 15 feet towards the target. That could probably be 20.
I think it could be 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that dash like moves you. Like that's lightweight, one of his little movement abilities that people will use a lot.
Perfect. Okay. And then Venom, Dark Prediction. This is the primary ability, their primary attack. That's kind of like a melee attack that's a little bit distant.
Yeah.
20 feet, probably. 15. It's at 15 now.
I think 15 is fine.
All right. Cellular Corrosion. I have that at 10 feet. I think that's also another melee base, so we could probably just keep that at 15.
Oh, that's he like bursts out these things, these tentacles. I'd say that should be able to go just beyond his melee.
So 20.
Yeah.
And then the frenzied arrival, that's where he can like jump. I think I could probably actually go to 30 because he can like. That one's 50 on hit, 25 to adjacent targets from elevation only. This is the one where he can only jump down on you.
What's the range of right now?
15. So it's like if he's elevated, he can get like an extra 15 feet just to make sure he gets the attack out off.
Sure.
I can do 20. I could see 20 just for the extra.
I can for sure see 20. I was gonna say I can almost see 30 if you're high enough in the air.
Okay, we can do 30 because it is from elevation only. So you have to be at least like 10 feet in the air to be able to pull it off.
Sure. So then I think the higher up you are, the further you could go. Like, I don't know if we could program that or if that's too complicated, but like if you're 60 feet in the air, I can totally see you going 30 out. But if you're like
a 10 plus 5. So for every 10 feet up you are, you can go 5 more feet out.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
I like that.
All right. And then let's see. Storm, main attack, her Windblade. I have it at 30. That's got to be 60.
Yeah. I can for sure see 60.
And then her Bolt Rush, probably 45, just under her main one. It does a 100 on hit and 75 at 5 feet. So it's like a little AoE, like lightning bolt.
The only thing I can think of is she's got this weird ability where she's got this aura around her where lightning bolts will randomly hit people within a certain range of her.
That might be that one.
And I would say the range, like the AoE range that would be about 30 feet.
Okay, 30?
30 feet.
Let's see how 30 feels. Oh, magic. Next one. Soul Sword, we have that at 10 feet because it's a little bit of a distance. Magic Slash, that's at 20 feet because, she can swing, and then everything else is all...
Magic Slash, if that's her dash attack, I think that could be up to 30.
Cool. And then no other distance ones because everything else is pretty much melee.
Well, she does have that one where she holds it and it's literally a ranged attack, and I think that could totally be 60. She you charge up this little thing and it like shoots 2 tiny little darts at a target.
I think that's the Magic Slash. Yeah, because Soul Sword is like her regular attack, and then Magic Slash is the one where she can I think go out. Because then there's Stepping Discs, which she can teleport, and then Eldritch Whirl is after she does Stepping Disc. She can after Stepping Disc, Soul Sword can target up to 3 adjacent enemies. And Demon's Rage after Stepping Discs. Magic summons a demon that targets 1 enemy within 50 feet.
Sure, those are the 2 things you can do after you teleport.
Yeah. So it must be the Magic Slash that we're thinking because that one's the only ranged one.
So your regular attack is 10 feet because it's a big sword. You have the hold ability where you can throw whatever at a target. You can throw something at a target at range. I think that should be roughly 60 feet. But then there's a dash attack where you
that's
shoulder dash.
Umbral Incursion is a dash 20 feet and then you deal damage.
That dash is the one I think could be 30 feet.
Okay, so we can do 30 feet there. And then how much do you think for the slash? How far did you think? The ranged attack?
That could be up to 60 feet.
Okay. So
that's got a cooldown, right? You can only do that
once every 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And let's see, Spider-Man. Web Cluster. I have that at 50, so we'll probably just bump that up to 60. Because that's, he should have hella range.
Sure.
He's akin to a flyer.
Lightweight.
The Get Over here, his ability to pull someone, I have it at 20. We could probably give that to 30.
That thing has stupid range, and I think it's a terrible idea.
So we'll call it 45. Just to make sure.
Yeah.
And then let's see here. Hela. Hela, her main thorn, 90-120.
Yeah.
Piercing shot, so that would be 60. That's the 25 on hit, 120 at the end of a round to target and any.
Oh, those little 4 little swords that she shoots out and they explode later.
That should be I have the 60.
60 is great for that.
Soul Drain, I have that at 15. We could probably put that up to like 30. 25.
Maybe even 45.
Because that's 25 targets to any enemy within 10 feet of it, pulls enemies within 5 feet, 15 feet closer to it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, cool. And then Winter Soldier, his main attack, I think 20 because he can lunge when he punches. So I have
it. You're talking about his punch or his gun?
This is
you said his main attack, right? His 3 round gun.
is this his? Oh, so the gun's the one that he gets more damage when he's behind somebody. Oh yeah. That's his shotgun. Yeah, that's so the shotgun. The Roderstern is his shotgun attack. I think it's a shotgun attack. Yeah. It's hella range, but it also does more. I think it does. Does 75 damage to the enemy that you hit, and 75 damage to enemies behind them.
Oh, you're talking about that big red orb.
Is that what that is?
So that one goes through people. I've seen that thing go through people.
That must be his main one then. Yeah. Again, it's whatever his main attack is.
So the way I understand, I've played him like twice. He's got a regular, like what I thought was like a revolver, a 3-round revolver. 1, 2, 3, and then you have to reload. 1, 2, 3, and then you have to reload. And then he's got a.
So yeah, I think that must be his main one because that's 3 attacks per round.
Okay,
but that one does also hit enemies behind. That actually goes through enemies.
I had no idea if that's the case.
Yeah. So how far does that one go? Like his main.
I would say that's probably 60, 90.
Really? I don't. We're gonna have to go 45, 60 on that one.
Sure.
I don't know if 90. I mean, I don't think he has that much range. Not effective.
That's why I said 60, 90. But like,
yeah, I think for playing him, his skill ceiling definitely feels like I can see good players being that good, but I think the average, I think that's going to be asking too much.
Okay.
So then we have his bionic hook.
That's the get over here.
Yeah, that one I have at 20 feet. That one could probably go up to 30. That one seems like it has a decent range.
Yeah, 30.
Trooper's Fist. This one gives him a 15-foot dash. Probably bump that up to 20.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And then we have the Tainted Voltage.
That's got to be the red orb.
Yes, I have that at 20 feet. 50 on hit, reduces speed by 3, and then it downs flyers.
I would probably put that closer to 45 feet.
All right, that seems right. All right, so I'm glad now that we see the map, now that these are all making a lot more sense. All right, so Scarlet Witch, her Chaos Control. This is her main primary attack. So,
her primary attack.
Yeah, this is the also
the hold button.
Yeah, she just has to hold on to it. That's got to be 45, 30. I don't know. It seems like it's longer than it should be.
It does.
I don't know about 45 though. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking 30. Because like that's got to be her downside for her auto aim.
And then her burst attack. She has that secondary one that's like a burst attack. Should that be 45?
The thing that freezes people, or the just bolts. The like.
This is just it's 75 on hit and then does 25 at 5 feet. And this one she just gets like a little like a little burst, like a little bomb.
Yeah.
Does that one go further than her
definitely
attack?
Goes further. It definitely goes further.
We can call that one 45 then. Or 60?
I might even say 60.
Okay. Her Dark Seal, enemy passes within 10 feet, reduces speed by 2, lasts for 3 rounds. That one she can put out to 30, but you think 45?
I think 45, yes.
Cool.
You said it reduces speed to 2
by 2, but we can also say that reduces speed by like 4 because it does slow them down a
lot. Yeah. How long does it last?
3 rounds.
3 rounds. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Squirrel Girl, main attack. Her burst action. Probably 45.
I mean, there's no way to account for lobbing. So
45 is effective then, because you're not really gonna like hit scan with that.
You're definitely not gonna hit.
It's more of a vibe shot, so I think 45 is good.
It really is.
Squirrel Blockade, or Squirrel Blockade, reduce speed of first enemy hit to 0. So I have that at 20. That thing probably should be more like 30.
See, there's really no way to do this in our game, because basically what happens is you throw it and it'll like bounce and it'll bounce back and it'll just stay on the field for like a good 10 seconds. And if somebody runs into it or if somebody comes across its path, it'll still catch them. But since there's really no way to do that, like we're just going to basically be like, I'm aiming for you, I'm going to hit you.
Or straight line kind of thing. Yeah.
We might be able to do it the same way we do Rocket's thing. Whenever we end up figuring out how that works, except this time, once it hits something, it stops.
Okay. So we'll call that one 45 because that one seems to have a decent amount of distance then.
For sure.
And then Squirrel Tsunami, we have it at 90 feet.
That's her ult?
Yeah. Lasts for 2 rounds and it goes, well, technically it's 120 feet because it lasts for 2 rounds and it goes 60 feet per round.
I would almost like
a bounce, you know.
I would almost call it like a creature that you like summon, almost like, you know, the be right back thing for Rocket. Like you summon a little thing that has hit points and stuff like that that you can destroy.
I mean, we could do that, but this thing, like, just this is that thing that bounces all around the thing. So once she sets it out, that's the idea. It's gonna last for 2 rounds, and then it's just gonna go up to 60 feet per round as it bounces.
It will go 60 feet every round, and whenever it hits the surface, it'll ricochet towards the
and any enemy that's in either of those paths will get taken down. So I think that's pretty good.
Okay.
And we might be able to bump that up to 3 rounds. Like maybe if it just seems to, because that one does seem like it lasts forever, like in game.
It does. It really does.
All right. So Punisher, his main okay. So Punisher, definitely he's gonna have to go up to like 90 for his main rifle. Like he's super long.
Yeah.
His shotgun we can easily give to 30 because I know his shotgun feels overpowered.
Yes.
His Scourge grenade we can give that up to 45.
Agreed. Exactly.
Done. Black Widow. So red rifle, 120.
Yeah.
Just not even a question.
Yeah.
Straight shooter, 90.
Straight shooter.
Speed is reduced to 0. Increases red rifle damage by 25 and range to 200. And she just basically like tags someone, I think, is what she does with it. So you like freeze him, but then you can like, I think, hit him easier at a distance.
Oh, maybe it's like because Punisher's got this weird ability where he can see people through walls after he's hit them or damaged them or whatever.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what we came up with. I'd have to have like the list up.
Sure.
But yeah, so 120 and 90 for both of those, totally fine on her. And yeah, that's all. So Namor,
What about her ult?
200 on hit, 200 at 15, reduces enemy speed by 3, which will probably end up being by 4, if not down to 0. And then enemies take a plus 25 damage per hit, lasts for 2 rounds. That's her electroplasma.
Yeah, but what's the range on it?
Oh, I guess I didn't put a range on it. That would probably be what, her 120? Like, she can kind of.
I mean, she does have a zoom in, but I feel like the way that it fires brings it down to like.
We can do that one at 90.
Yeah.
Not as effective, but still gains her all of her distance.
Sure.
Okay. And let's see. So Namor, Trident of Neptune. I have no real basis for what his range is. So 45?
No, it's got to be 60.
Okay, it's pretty far.
It's stupid. All
right, Wrath of the Seas. This is 100 on hit and then 50 at 5 feet. This is kind of like that wave, so probably do that at 45, if not 30. I don't remember what it is. It's called Wrath of the Seas. But this is a secondary ability, so I'm thinking, yeah, it's probably going to have to be 30.
The only thing I know that he knows how to do is throw a spear, go up into the air, and turn into a ball and summon his squids.
It might be the squids.
The squids, I think you should only be able to throw them up to 15 feet, but their range is...
Let's see. So Blessing of the Deep, move up to 20 feet, shield, last for 1 round. That's the ball. Aquatic Domain, summon crater that will attack nearest enemy. Oh, creature. Yeah, so that's the squids.
Those are the squids.
So yeah, there's another one.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, there was another one that he was able to do. So we'll call that one 30. I think it's like a wall of water or something that he's able to like summon and like blast out on them or something like that.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah, we'll call that one at 30 feet. And then his ult, I have at 20 feet, the Horn of Proteus.
Again, I think that's about the same as Moon Knight.
So 90. All right. And that makes sense. Most of those, because they kind of just are like a square you kind of just put out there. All right, Black Panther, Spear Toss. I have it at 30. I think that could go up to 60.
I'd say more 45. He's kind of like a diver, almost melee character.
Okay, 45 makes it feel better, though. I guess it brings it back into more of that melee. His spinning kick can give him up to 20. His Spirit Rend is 15. And then his ult gives him the 20-foot leap. Okay.
I think most of those should be around 30 to 45 because they would when you hit your spear, the whole point is like you mark them, and then whenever you hit them with either your dash or your little corkscrew thing, it like refreshes those recharges. Like that's how you're supposed to play them. You're supposed to be really good at like hitting the
Okay.
people that are marked or whatever. So I feel like those ranges should be
We'll see how it plays out because like yeah, it's really going to be hard to figure out all those like little nuances.
sure, yeah. And I don't
Um,
think we need to like do like the refreshes and stuff like that, but like at least having those are like the combos you use if you want to like one shot somebody. You go
yeah.
spear, boom, boom, boom.
So last one, we actually finally got to the last one, so we're getting through
Woo-hoo!
them all. All right, so
Wild.
Phoenix, her cosmic her cosmic flames is her primary attack. I think that can be up to 45. I don't know if she's quite well, no, because she's a regular flyer,
She's
right?
not a regular flyer.
Oh no, she's not a flyer.
But she is like she's supposed to be uh related to Hela. Like she is hit scanny. So I would say
we'll go 60 then. Not
60.
quite. A little bit. So basically, like flyer equivalent. Then she's the ground flyer equivalent.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
So she does have like a really cool fly ability.
And then her second one, her psychic detonation, enemies passing within 5 feet take one. Oh, that could be 45. She can set those things out like 45. So it's like the enemies pass within 5 feet of it, they take 25 damage and they reduce their speed. So it's like little flame areas that she can do, or like little spots that she can put, and then they'll detonate, like little like mines that she can put down.
I don't. The only thing I know that she could do is she's got her main attack, and then she's got this another one that's like an explosion that she sends out, and it does AOE.
That's what we're talking about.
But it's just one, and then it's got a cooldown, and you have to hit a target. It's
but
not
it says it reduces the speed and it lasts for 3 rounds, so it does actually like hold on to somebody whenever they hit it.
See that I'm not familiar with.
So how far do you think that would go? About 45 or
yeah? The way I know that she plays, I feel like all of her ranged attacks should be the same range.
Oh, okay.
Because she drops all of these things on people. Her
ult attack. So 200. Okay, so her ult attack, the End Song Inferno. I think that's just a radius issue. Yeah, because it's within 15 or not 15. So I think that's within. I think
her
hers is
ultimate.
I think she would have like a 30-foot radius.
She like flies up in the air and then she flies down at people. I think 45's pretty decent for that.
45? Wow, that's gonna be like one of the biggest ults.
Like not radius, like range, because you fly. You're like you guide a little airplane as you.
Oh, I thought it was just around you.
No, it's not like a burst AoE around you. It's like you pop up in the air like Hela when she's in her ult, and then instead of like shooting things at the ground, you shoot your entire body at the ground.
Okay,
and you
so
kind of dash.
So that could be like 45, and then we'll go back to the 30-foot radius when you hit the ground, and then anything non-player gets destroyed. Okay, cool. So that works for all of the distances. That's fine. And then the last thing. Okay, so the map's good. I think we've figured out the map.
I agree. The map is pretty decent.
I think these are
really
good
with
distances. I think what we just need to do now is I think the action economy works well. I think what it has to come down to is either one primary, one secondary, based on what we have here, or 2 secondaries. We still have free actions, which
when you say primary, do you mean primary the same way it's articulated in
no, the primary action is just like the
like action versus bonus
it's action, just action economy. Yeah, it's just primary action, secondary action.
Okay.
Or you can do 2 secondaries. So that's how that's gonna work. We'll have free actions and then movement actions. Because we know we need those.
And then maybe introducing reactions, we can figure that out.
Yeah, no, what we need to figure out is melee considered a secondary action or a primary action? It has to be a secondary because there's no other time that you're going to want to use melee outside of when your secondary actions are on cooldown and you want some extra damage output. Like you're not going to replace there rarely will be a time that you're going to replace your primary attack with just a melee by itself.
Sure.
But a melee on top of another ability just to like finally take out a healer could be better than using your primary ability or something like that. So melee has to be part of the secondary group.
I would say that's relatively fair.
And that gives every player guaranteed the ability to primary, secondary, even if everything's on cooldown, you'll always have a secondary ability. And you'll always have free movement.
But it will be a melee, so like it'll only be useful if somebody's within melee of you.
Exactly.
Which again feels accurate to the game.
Yes.
There are some times where you're locked into your primary fire, rate of fire, and there's other times where you're like Doctor Strange, and you can add a melee into every single combo along with your primary fire. So
yeah, and I feel like some of these characters have so many abilities that you don't want them to just be sitting there stacking everything, because not everyone can do all of their abilities all at once. But some of these players, like, you do need the play. You know, like what was the one we just talked about? One of the last ones where after they do something, their abilities change. We were just talking about that, like one of the abilities that they do activates secondary abilities for everything else. Because they come out of like a teleport or something.
Magic.
Yes.
Magic. When Magic does her thing, she can do her little donut spin, or she can do her summon her little demon.
So for someone like her, we need to guarantee that those combos exist.
Sure.
But for everybody else, you just don't want to just be sitting there and be like, oh, I got my primary attack. That's it. That's all I can do.
Sure.
I want tacticalness to feel like you have to think about not running out of action economy. And if you do, can I still benefit off of it? And some of the melee attacks are just basic. Some of them are 3 attacks per round, which could be the thing that you need to take someone out.
Mm-hmm.
But some of them also have combos, like Groot's. So I think those will also be beneficial to be secondaries, because there are times where a secondary ability will be better than your actual alternative abilities.
Right.
Like a melee attack will be better than a secondary ability. Okay.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Okay. So I think the next things we have to test, now that we have all of this down, is we'll have to figure out how to do an actual run test, like where we actually calculate, try to do a whole round.
Yeah.
Maybe we might have to script it a little bit, like in terms of not really worry about rolling the dice, kind of have some preset ideas of what to do.
Sure.
And then just kind of blast through a whole round.
Yeah, we're going to intentionally create certain scenarios for us to actually test and make sure that they function properly.
And the next thing I think, so the next alpha build, which we might just do next week, we might just continue doing this if we don't have any other D&D content. We have to figure out ult charges. We have to test the math on ult charges and see, does that feel good? That. Just because right now I like what we have between kills, successful hits, and all of that. That needs an actual sit down game to test out.
Yeah.
So we'll do that one.
Okay.
That will probably be the next OSR, is doing a rough game where, now that you'll be here, we can each take sides of the team. We can calculate it. Maybe you'll have like some of the math ready.
Sure.
So we can calculate everything. And then really we have to test the ult charges. Because once we have the ult charges figured out, I think we have enough to make a program, or like to make the interface.
Sure.
That's the biggest issue, is do we have enough for that?
For the characters that have summons, I don't know how easy or difficult it's going to be for us to basically insert a little, hey, here's a thing that other people can destroy type deal, and it won't really, most of them won't need an initiative, but it'll just need to be a targetable thing.
And that'll be where we'll have to add a token, and that will then, hopefully as the programming develops, like tokens will have names, right? So a character will be able to say, I put this token on the table, and then every other player's interface will now have a new target to select up from.
Yeah.
I think that's really got to be like the best way we can do it. And as like, I know it's possible to do things where like the game's smart enough to tell you which targets are in line of sight. It's just, how much is that going to cost to have someone build a web interface? But it's doable. I know it's doable.
It's for sure doable. Yeah.
So what do you think so far? Like out of all of the or not all, just out of the couple months that we've been making these plans slowly but surely, what are you thinking?
I really am excited and anticipating, kind of, like I said, seeing what this feels like / looks like in action, being able to see how it feels, how it flows, because I think that's going to be the turning point's the wrong word, but like, it's going to be like the eye-opening moment where I'm like, okay, I feel this, you know what I mean? Like right now, like I love the direction it's going, because I really feel like what we're building is functional, right? It is something that feels like it has legs, that has the ability to walk, that has the ability to like move and like do. And so I really want to be like, all right, it's I know it sounds aggressive, but you know, you got a little kid and they're taking their first steps. We're like, all right, let's see you take your first step. Put a
Gotta
foot
fall.
down. All right, let's see what. And so, like, again, we're the ones actually like puppeting it, so we're gonna be the ones falling too. But like, we're making it work, and we're finding all these little pieces. Like, all right, and make sure we do this next time. Make sure we do that. And I love that process, that troubleshooting mindset. So like, I'm super duper here for it. I think this is going to be way cool. I think the foundation that you've set forth for us is like a phenomenal jumping off point. So
I'm really excited. I never thought about being a game developer. Like, I know this isn't going to be like a video game or anything, but it's like I've never really thought about doing something like this. And not only is it a lot of fun as a challenge and just a lot of fun as a hobby, but I think it really also speaks to the years that we've put in as gamers and as game developers. I mean, being DMs of, you know, our own settings, we are in a sense game developers.
Yeah,
in a way.
Much so.
So this is putting to that test a lot of the things that we've learned, a lot the trials. How do we approach games, right? What do we think about when it comes to balancing? I think a lot of people don't realize the complexity of building a game because they don't look at the idea of what affects others, right? Most people look at a game as what is it what is it doing for me? How does it work? But no one's really thinking of the layers that got there. And I think it's a great testament for us as setting designers, as people who pride themselves on creating TTRPG settings that work. This is just kind of taking all of that and really challenging us to say, could we do it for the masses? Like, could we take something and are our ideas of balance and symmetry and synergy, are those things compatible with the greater concept of what makes a good game?
Yeah.
So whether this works or not, it's just going to be a good test to see, are our minds at the right place to make a game that feels good.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited. But
I'm super here for that.
Yeah, I think next week we will work on trying to actually do a full round.
Yeah.
And
you can get it to the point, or at least come to some sort of conclusion.
And maybe we'll talk about the ults. Yeah, we have to talk about ult charge, and then we'll also have to discuss the background math. But I don't think we have to do that on stream. That's just more of, you know, how are the roles going to work in the background? How are they going to be rolled by the math? You know, how is the program going to roll it? And I guess we also just have to discuss, which I don't think we will do it this way, but just discuss whether or not characters should have their own individualized stats, or if it should just be purely everybody has the same luck of the die as the last person, right? Like, again, should every character have the same AC? Because everyone else has different HP. But when it comes to the fact that when you have a game like Marvel Rivals, there's just so many different levels of skill based on just knowing, being a first-person shooter, like aficionado, will put you ahead of someone who's a Witcher 3 aficionado, right?
But I will also
But we can't simulate that.
And I do agree that.
And I don't want it to be a situation where people find out, even if we don't tell them the numbers, like, oh, this character statistically is just the best one. It has the highest AC. This character statistically has the highest chance to hit. I don't want our game to become that.
Sure.
You know, but I don't want, I guess my biggest thing that I think we have to think about is there ever going to be a situation where a character feels like a Hulk? Should Hulk be easier to hit than Star-Lord?
I definitely think so. Like, I was just about to say, like, I know that I can hit a thing. I can hit a Hulk. I can hit a Groot, right? If I'm trying to hit a Spider-Man, if I'm trying to hit a Star-Lord, if I'm trying to hit any flyer, you know, and this is not like, I mean, I play Squirrel Girl a lot, but like, even when I'm playing the Punisher, even when like it, I know when this chunky thing is coming down the pipeline.
So maybe we'll just do that. Maybe we'll give everybody a very baseline AC. Like the baseline will be 10. And then like Vanguards will have like an 8. And certain duelists will have like a 12. And then there'll be a couple like 15s here and there. But most everybody will be in that like 8 to 12
that
range.
Sweet spot. Yeah.
And then we can just say that, because especially when it's when you're or maybe what we'll do is to make the game challenging is you make everyone's baseline 12. And then you do your positive and negative. So someone like, a group or a thing is 10. Their AC is 10. And someone like, Star-Lord or Spider-Man is like a 15.
Sure.
Then you roll the D20, and that's that number or higher you have to hit them, right? And then, of course, you have your pluses and minuses to hit based on the other things. And that would make a game to where, the easiest person to hit still isn't like, you're not just going to never miss them, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe that's where we do it, is we find that sweet spot. Should it be 10? Should it be 11? Should it be 12? Who should be the middle number? And then the Vanguards will go just easier to hit, and then certain characters will go just harder to hit. And then, of course, you'll have your stats based on the character.
Right.
And then that will make the ranges feel a lot better, too.
Yeah, I think so.
Because those detriments will also really come into play based on who you're trying to hit. Because hitting a Spider-Man further than you can normally hit, which will give you disadvantage, plus he already has a -3 to his AC or a +3 to his AC, which also is a -3 to your roll. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there really could be a lot more tacticalness of, if I really need to go after the Vanguard because they're likely the only one I'm going to be able to hit at this distance, let alone just, be able to shoot that far. So I like that. Maybe there should be, and then the way it will be easy. That way there won't be any secretive like nonsense going on our part, and there won't be any true metagaming be able to be done, right? It's just going to be pretty flat, understandable.
Yeah.
And it may not be all Vanguards are the same, because I could easily see like Groot and Thing having one, but like Mr. Fantastic having slightly less. Well,
Mr. Fantastic's duelist, but I can see the same thing for Captain America.
There we go.
Captain America, he's technically a Vanguard, but he zips around. He's a lot smaller of a just full-on build.
So where like Thing would be an 8, he would be like a 9 or a 10. And everyone else would be like an 11 or a 12. Sure. Yeah, I like that. That would be better, because I think that, I think to hit rolls should really just be a flat D20, rolled in the background. Simple ACs like that, just on a spread. And then that way it feels a lot more luck, and we make it feel more based on your strategic choices and not so much your actual skill set, right? That's why some of these characters have 2 attacks per round and others have 10 attacks per round. That's supposed to represent the accuracy concept of, if you get 2 attacks per round and each do 100 damage, it's because it's a very high accuracy character, right? Even in game, you might get 5 attacks, but I boiled it down to 2 because it makes the most sense that if you're going to get those attacks off, you'd get 3 attacks off, right? So why not call it a combo and just say if you get 1, you get them all? Why have a chance to miss shots that you're not going to miss? But that's why, like with Rocket, that's why he has 10 attacks per round with his gun. If you ever fire that thing,
seriously, it's all, I don't know why. I can never hit. Like, I tried to get good at Rocket. I couldn't do it.
Exactly. So that's why I gave him 10 attacks per round, because his spread is just too fucking insane, right? Yeah. You were more likely to miss your targets simply because he's not like honed in and focused. But that's also why each hit only does like 15 damage. Or like 25 damage. He can do a total of 250 if he hit all of his targets. But then there are other characters who you're like, I'm not going to miss. I know I'm not going to miss, so I should be doing 3 times the amount of damage as anybody else, right?
Right.
And that's what we're trying to really like accomplish between the attacks and damage, is representing the idea between damage output as well as accuracy.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I feel that.
All right, cool. Well, mission accomplished.
Yeah, dude.
I'm excited.
You made it
one step close. Wow, every time we do this, we are one step closer to making this happen.
Yup.
Which is just absolutely insane. So yeah, more development on Shot Rivals VTT. Still an alpha build, but hopefully in the next couple months we'll be into beta build, which will include the actual interface, the web interface, and we'll be able to actually run some games. But join us next Friday, where we'll be able to actually do a game here between Kage and I, and we'll figure out our ults. We'll double check our action economy, make sure everything feels smooth. And then hopefully from there, we'll have all of the math we need to actually start making it in the background. So
sick, dude.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. I will try to be live this weekend if I can. I have poker on Sunday, but maybe I'll go live tomorrow after I'm done cleaning. And Monday we'll be back with I our regularly scheduled D&D programming. And if you're not following us on TikTok, you should be, because we have our main account, which is going just great. It's going fine. We also have our side project. The Dice Profiler is up and running. We have our shop up and running. We have 15 dice and dice profiles right now ready to go. So stay tuned for all of that, or go follow us if you're not. And stay tuned, because we have some, I have some more, I always have special projects, but
all the good things.
I have a brand new one in the works right now. Aside from the Dice Profiler and aside from OSR. But I have some surprises coming up soon that I don't want to jinx, but we have some surprises coming on the TikTok side. So stay tuned for the next week or two. Once I get all of that finalized, we will discuss those. But until then, I hope everybody had a great week. I hope you have a fantastic weekend ahead of you. And we'll be back on Monday with your regularly scheduled D&D content.
Yes, indeedy.
But until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend, friends. Cheers.
Deuces, my friends.